Oh, what is going on, everybody? It has been a little while. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been here. Excuse me. Yes, it has been a couple of weeks. We are in a new year. We are in 2026. I can barely believe it, to be honest with you. Um, Pretty damn crazy that it's been that fucking long. But it's been man, my it's been rough, man. My kids had 4 Christmases. We were at my house in the morning. We went to my sister's house 3 hours away on Christmas Day. Next day, we went to my wife's father's house. The next day after that, we went to my wife's mother's house, who's 2 hours away. I feel like I was in a car all Christmas leading up to New Year's, but New Year's was a lot better, a lot more relaxing. We really don't go anywhere. It's been a long time since we've gone anywhere for New Year's. Pretty much what we do is we stay home and we cook. This year I did a crab boil. It's tough to find crab, but I found some and did a crab boil. Did crab legs. We did corn, sausage, and it was damn good. It was damn good. Put a little bit of that Creole season of the bags of the Old Bay bags at the bottom. It was good. My kids have never had that before, and we did it, and they had never had spicy corn. They were very impressed with the spicy corn. I was a little shocked by that. Their favorite thing was the corn, not the fact that I spent 50 fucking dollars on crab. But me and my wife enjoyed the crab probably more than the boys did, but everything was pretty good there. But I hope everyone else has had a good New Year's so far. It has been pretty crazy. I am Boxman, folks. This is Wrestling Outlet. Now, I did say last week when we took off that I was going to come back and we were going to have a few changes. I'll get into those. Little announcement coming up. I'll get into those in just a few minutes here. Trying to see if Smark is going to come on in. He did say he was going to come on in. His dog was going crazy. My dogs are going to go crazy because my wife's going to be here soon. Oh, I think he's coming on in right now. I heard him trying to come in. So, oh, yep, he's here. There's the man right there. Smark, brother man, what's going on, brother?
What's up? How are you?
Doing good. You're a little low. You're a little low. Little volume low.
Let's see. Hold on 1 second.
Oh yeah, I can barely hear you. You're whispering. You're whispering into the mic. I mean, it's kind of nice and beautiful and sultry, but I think they want to hear you, Smart.
Did, but everything's blurry now. It's not good.
Oh well, I can hear you now, but if that makes any bit of a difference. Happy New Year. Hi, Ridge. Don't know if it's New Year where you are, but whatever. Whatever. I appreciate you saying Happy New Year. Yeah, it was a crazy, crazy time.
See, are we any better now?
Yeah, I can hear you great. But you left. I could hear you great, but you left. My wife's aren't coming in. I think my dogs are going nuts. So you guys, here he comes. He's coming back in right now. He's coming back in, folks. Here he comes. There he is. We can see him.
But can we hear him?
I can hear you pretty good here. I can turn you up a little bit. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, you have to give me a little bit of grace because you can see there's.
You got a dog lying over there?
I got a dog. Yep. So I just have to kind of bend and contour my body in a way that gets me close enough to the mic to make things work.
All right. Well, at least he's not humping your arm. So stepping up. Okay. It's okay. He's calm. He's calm. Good. So, but yeah, Smark, how was your New Year, man? You, by the time you got a hold of me, I've got to be honest, I was barely reading and comprehending.
Likewise.
I was barely reading and comprehending. It It was me and the wife were drinking Svedka and Svedka vodka, and I was drinking beers. So we even let my 17-year-old do a couple of shots with us.
Oh, right on. Good for him. How'd Abby like it?
He actually didn't like it. Good.
That's good. That's good. All right.
Well, he likes whiskey though.
Okay.
Doesn't like vodka, likes whiskey. I think he'd like tequila.
Interesting. I don't really much care for whiskey, but I like tequila and I like vodka and I like rum.
He might like gin. I like gin.
Gin's fine.
My wife won't let me buy gin, so I buy gin when it's just me. Nice, bottle of grapefruit juice.
I'll drink gin, but I can never really picture a situation where I'd like buy gin over buying something else. If that makes sense.
Oh, good bottle of Bombay Sapphire.
I do think that's the thing is you can actually get like a better bargain bottle of gin than you can like a bargain bottle of rum.
Bombay's a pretty good deal, but the best gin I ever found, and I have not been able to find it in many, many years, was made by Tanqueray. Tanqueray Electric Sterling. No, wait a minute. Best vodka I've actually ever found, I'm sorry, was made by Tanqueray, the gin maker. It was Tanqueray Electric Sterling vodka. I mean, you could chug this stuff and it wouldn't burn. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, see, Scott Greer here saying I will drink a bourbon myself. Yeah, gin's okay, but never my choice. See, my thing, what actually was my shit back in the day, and I cannot find it anymore. It was speaking of vodka, 3 olives. They had 3 olives fruity, so it tasted like Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
And there was 3 olives. I forget 3 olives. I forget what it was called, but it tasted like Sweet Tarts.
I've had the fruity, the one that tastes just like Fruit Loops, and it's scary. It actually does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the same sugar content too.
Oh, sure.
It is the same sugar content. It's tough. And I get it with gin. It's not a lot of people's drink. It really is. And some people, I know people that have said, oh no, I can't drink gin. I get mean on gin. Like, does all alcohol do that? No, just gin. Something about gin. I get mean on gin. I'm like, all right. So a lot of people just don't drink it. I happen to enjoy it. It's very rare I get it, but I happen to enjoy a little bit of gin. And for some reason, I've gotten to enjoy it with grapefruit juice.
People will fight me on this, including people within my own family. Scientifically speaking, that's not what happens. Like the people who do that, I get blank if I drink blank. Doesn't work that way. What probably ends up happening is you drink more of it than what you normally would, and it affects you adversely in that way.
Could be. That could be it. Because, I don't know. Hyrich says he'd rather have gin than tequila. I don't know. Like I said, there's some really good gins out there, man. I love Tanqueray, like I said, is a good gin. But that Bombay, I love Bombay Sapphire. I'll get Bombay over Tanqueray any day. Tanqueray can have all the little wax stamps they want on their bottles. Bombay's better.
I don't know if they still make it, but there's a Patron tequila, and there was a XO. It was supposed to be, it was like coffee flavored tequila, and it was really fucking good.
I'd like that because I love the flavor of coffee. I just don't like what coffee does to my body.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me shake and shit at the same time. It's not good.
No.
It's like shake, rattle, and roll, but not as fun. No.
Okay, so I'm gonna need.
No, not big.
I'm gonna need 2 updates from where we were last time.
Okay.
First one. You had mentioned a magic show that you were attending. I asked you about that. I never got an answer back. So how was this magic show?
Well, to be honest, I just saw that today. And Merry Christmas. I'm sorry I didn't see that on.
So good, no worries.
I hit you up after midnight on my other account. I'll be honest, I just haven't. Remember, I have 2 accounts, and one works on my phone and one works on my computer. Mm-hmm. So if I'm away from my computer for a few days or even a couple weeks, I won't see it. I didn't see it till today. Now, the magic show was actually very funny. very good. It was very, very good. I got a little nervous when the guy got up there and the first trick, I knew. I'm like, oh my God, I know the first trick. I have the first trick. He made a fucking napkin, just a little fucking handkerchief disappear. And the crowd was like, oh, and I'm like, I know this one. I have it at home. Anyway, after that, that was just a little warm up, got the crowd kind of going for what it was. But it was definitely adult themed. You know, he said he's going to pull a rabbit out of his hat, and he pulled a vibrator called a rabbit out of his hat, a giant pink one. And it was funny. It was adult themed. Like, you know, instead of like taking a deck of cards and, you know, giving one to the audience and guessing the card, he gave them 4 different condoms, you know, sealed, and he had to guess which person had each condom in their hand.
So was it like each one had like a sign, like a club would, or like a card would? Sorry, did that make sense?
No, literally, he threw them out in the audience, walked off stage for a minute, like, you know, behind the curtain. People grabbed one, and, you know, they looked at what it was, and then they put it back. They were all in the same, you know, little envelope. They put it back, and they all put them back. He, you know, bring them back to the stage, and as he took out the condoms, he was going to guess which audience member had it. And he did all 4 times. It was pretty cool.
Right.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. And for everyone guessing, no, the black guy did not have the Magnum. It actually was a little Spanish guy who had.
Yeah, sometimes.
What a cool little, you know, it's 20 minutes away. It's a cool fucking place. They have a mechanical bull for the girls to ride slowly. I didn't see one guy get on it.
I would do it just to ruin that image for everyone else that was there. It's like, all right, you guys had fun watching the hot girls ride the mechanical bull. I'm about to get my big ass.
Well, from what I was told by a couple of dudes that were there, is if a guy wants to ride it, they're going to turn that fucker up. So they're going to try to fucking hurt you.
Oh yeah, of course. That's the risk that you take while, you know, attempting a comedy like that. Is that they're either going to attempt to hurt you by turning the bull up, or they're, you know, you are in Texas, so they're going to call you a couple of choice words and then try to fight you in the parking lot afterwards.
Dude, I'm telling you, this fucking place was going to turn into Urban Cowboy soon, because I guess they do have little rodeos for the guys.
I was on YouTube last night looking at just various videos, and they suggested for free with ads Urban Cowboy. And it made me think of the show that you did on Urban Cowboy. And I was like, I'm not going to watch the movie, but that was a good thought to have. It was a nice memory.
It was a great movie. I love that movie. I'm telling you, man, started a fucking cowboy revolution in this country. Mm-hmm. Changed music, changed radio stations. People were literally dressing in cowboy hats. And I was in Boston and was seeing people in cowboy hats at 5 years old. It was fucking nuts, man. It was fucking nuts.
As we see how different.
Yeah, SBC, my man, what's going on? Happy New Year to you, sir. Happy New Year. That's what we're kind of just kind of getting into all that right now. But yeah, what a cool place. You walk in, there's 2, you know, corrugated cutouts of Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of picture on the wall of people who have been there over the years. You know, even Frank Sinatra had a signed picture on the wall. And I'll tell you the best thing. Bottled beer, $3.75 a bottle.
Nice.
And I'm like, can I ask, is this a special for the thing going on tonight? No, that's our usual price. I turned around to my wife and said, we are coming back here.
For sure.
Usually, anywhere around, you're paying $6.50, $5.50, you know, up to $7 a beer if you go into Tyler over here, which is like the, you know, mini Dallas. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it was a cool little place, only 20 minutes away. Anything major happened? No, not really.
I was gonna say,
Well, maybe yesterday.
with us or in wrestling. Either way, the answer is no.
Yeah, well, yesterday something major happened, but
For sure.
anyway, maybe we'll talk about that later. I don't know if you guys bring it up. Maybe we will.
God, I hope not.
Fucking
But all
hell.
right, anyways.
Well, no, because you know what? You want to get it out of the way? I'll tell you exactly what I have to say on it. It was a fucking tragedy. A mother of 3 children is dead. A daughter is gone. A family member is gone. And I'm not going to sit here and be on any side of anybody at all. It is a tragedy. She is gone. It's fucked up. It was preventable. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say. A mother is gone. I am not going to place blame anywhere. There is still evidence coming out. I'm going to shut the fuck up and just, that's it. A mother of 3, a daughter, a wife. I don't care if she was married to a woman. It makes no fucking difference. She was a wife. So that's all I got to say on that about what happened yesterday. There was another shooting today in Portland. I mean, but that's all I got to say on it. Absolute tragedy. Done.
I echo that sentiment.
So, yeah, I mean, again, dude, I've said before, I'm just done with the jump to a side as soon as something happened. I'm fucking done. I'm done buying into it. How's that? I'm just done buying into this side is good, this side is bad, this side, the other side is great, the other side is bad. I'm done. I'm done. And the media feeds into all of it. One side's blaming the other, one side's blaming another. There's video. You can interpret the video however you want, but I'm not fucking getting into it. I don't want to do it. I'm just not going to do it. It's simply a tragedy, no matter what, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
For sure. I think that definitely happens regardless of either side. Is like anytime there's a death or a tragedy of some sort, it's all right. How do we view this from the prism of our viewpoint, opinion, biases, allegiance to one side or the other? Like if it's somebody that's would be an ally to us or our side, quote unquote. How do we make it seem like it's a bigger tragedy, like it's the utmost tragedy? And if we don't like this person, how can we justify or laugh at or make fun of or like demonize this person so that their death is justified? And it's like, ugh, it's just fucking disgusting.
It is, man. And I mean, you know, we just need to, I don't know, I'd sit here and say we need to go back and just realize what a tragedy is and just end it there. But that's not how it goes anymore. Everything is political, everything's politicized. I mean, even wrestling is getting that way. I mean, you know, this whole Mick Foley thing, Mick Foley lost followers. Well, whatever. I don't give a shit. I wouldn't stop following Mick Foley because he wants nothing to do with WWE for whatever his reasons are. I'm not going to stop following Mick Foley. He's a good dude. He's got a great heart. He does a lot for charity. Why would I hate him for that? I don't, and I wouldn't, and I can't. Which is why I'm done buying into all the bullshit. I don't give a fuck what fucking Trump says. I don't care. I don't take my cues from him. I don't fucking live my life by politics. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I don't take my cues from anyone but me and my family around here. So
I've been on that side of the fence for a very long time now. If you're going to enjoy it over here, there's cake, there's cookies.
Did we just join like Dilly Gaff or something? Do I get a book? I mean,
That's right, yeah.
Is there punch and pie? I was expecting punch and pie.
If this is Dilly Gat, does it mean I'm fucking Shannon Moore? I don't know if I like that. I got a fucking mohawk. I got this. I'm fucking looking like absolute shit in ECW. I don't like it.
I wouldn't ask you to get a mohawks.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do that. Oh no, you might look pretty cool with a mohawk. I got to tell you. There you go, High Ridge.
I don't know. Maybe.
I get it.
We'll see. Okay, so to transition, I said I had 2 things to touch on. Part 1, we already talked about. We talked about the magic show. You liked the magic show. It was a good time. The bar, cheap.
I did.
Cheap beer, good shit. But speaking of beer, you had mentioned that, I don't know what the proper term for it is, but you were saying that your wife had gotten you the equipment necessary to make your own. You said that you were in the process of doing that. How'd that turn out for you?
It turned out better than I expected because I do not like dark beer. Yeah, High Ridge, I agree. It does suck that wrestling is so boring that it can't distract us from this. We'll definitely get into that in a few minutes. But it was better than I thought. I don't like dark beer. I'm not big on IPAs, but it came out really fucking good. You know, I told you got the syrup, you put it in, you put the water in, you dump in the yeast, you do everything else, you let it set. So when I took off the mount, I guess you could call it, because you put it in a mount, you have to sit it a certain way. So when I took off the mount and dumped it, all the syrup came out. And I was like, man, I wonder if I fucked up. Well, I didn't. That's what's supposed to happen. It's just basically what it's doing is it's gaining CO2 the whole time it's sitting in there. So it came out pretty good. I've actually got the other one's in the fridge. It'll be ready Sunday. I have another beer in the fridge.
Nice.
I have two more here that came today. One of them I got came with a cup, a metal cup that says "I brewed it," pinter on the front, and another one, and it came with a tap, the little tap pull. So that's pretty cool. But it was really good. Good flavor. 7% alcohol. So, and I was very impressed. So now I'm going to find the one that I'm going to like better. Like I said, I got 2 here and I got 2 more on order. The deal my wife got me, like I said, is 2 a month for, a year. So the next one I have coming here, though, is a apple cider beer. Oh, I love I forget the name of it. Horton's apple. I believe it's Horton's apple cider.
Okay.
It's a good apple cider beer, and I love it. It's strong as shit. It'll fuck you up. But I'm getting it. So the first one came out good. I'm hoping the second one does. I kind of fucked it up a little bit. I didn't realize the hop was anyway. The hops went in wrong, but it might not matter. Because I gave it an extra day of brewing, but it has to sit in the fridge for 5 days. So, but yeah, this is what I've been doing. So the beer went good. The magic show went well. It was great. Yeah, had fun. But the beer I was very impressed with.
Right.
Yep, actually, that's what I was drinking on New Year's Eve. I was drinking that with my vodka.
Sounds like a fun time.
So, yeah, I was really expecting the beer to suck because like I said, I'm not big into IPAs and I don't like dark beer, but holy fuck, man, I tried that beer and I was like, Jesus Christ, it's fucking good. So, finished that thing pretty fast, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, I don't know how old you are, but I am.
Yeah, we're all getting up there. It happens. I mean, you either get old or you die. So, I guess getting old is the better of the 2 alternatives.
Yeah, you're right. SBC is saying that TNA is live over on AMC next week. Good for them. That'll be cool. That'll be good. Yeah, it is kind of crazy that Ira just saying, when AMC played movies. Yeah, and I remember when MTV was still around. Boy, that was last year.
Apparently, they the last thing they played was the first thing they played. They went full circle with it. They went video kill.
They did. They played the song by the Bungles. Yep, they did. Video killed the radio star. Pretty cool. Pretty cool way to go. I mean, my only question is, with MTV gone, what's Carson Daly going to do?
That's a good question.
I mean, wasn't that his whole job, his whole life?
He had that talk show for a minute. Last Call with Carson Daly. It was on NBC. I don't know if he's still doing that or what, but
Nah, we would have heard about that by now. Oh, you're saying MTV is still here? I thought they went.
Yes and no. They're the one in Europe.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Okay, so they just killed all their cable channels, and there's still one in. Oh, well, lucky you guys.
The ones.
So they just said, "Fuck the Americans." I get it. I get that.
So the cable channels are the ones that play the music. I mean, that does suck. I will say. Like, even when I was a kid, though, to be honest, like, they had already started to transition into like not playing music videos so much. So that's always kind of been, because like when I was a kid, there was a lot of, it was Beavis and Butthead, then it became Doria, and then they're obviously doing like fucking Road Rules, Real World, and all that shit at the time too. So and they're of course fucking tough enough.
Well, I mean, once they started doing like Beavis and Butthead and celebrity death matches, shit like that, everybody was cool with it. It was Celebrity Deathmatch VH1. No, that was MTV.
Yeah, it started as MTV and then it went to VH1.
Right. I mean, that was cool. But you're right. When they started getting really deep into the reality shows and shit, it started getting, all right, this is where. But I mean, even when I was a kid, it was basically 10 or 15 videos just played over and over throughout a day. Because literally people, I mean, I would just leave the station on all day during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
If I happened to be in the house on a rainy day. And that's literally what they would do. They would take 10 to 15 videos, play them over and over again all day. So I guess that was getting old, but I don't know. I mean, now look, if you want to go see a music video, you go to the fucking internet. You go to YouTube. Well, shit, I got a VPN. I can watch anytime I want to, I guess.
At least that's kind of point now. They basically just became the fucking network that aired ridiculousness for fucking 6 hours at a time, and literally ridiculousness. Not just a commentary on their programming, but that was the show they would play nonstop over and over and over and over.
Yep, you're right. They did. I forgot about that shit.
They had some cool shit though.
Right,
It's like obviously brought up Beavis and Butthead. I like Dory. They had a show called Clone High that was on for one season. That was really fucking funny. A show called Syphil and Ollie. That was good. I like that. It was two sock puppets, and they just like it was music adjacent. They would talk about music, and they had little music songs and shit. But it was good. It was good times. I'm trying to think. There was a couple other ones I think maybe, but that was about it.
Then they turned over to MTV2. They got that, and they were like, we're going to play all music on that motherfucker. And then it's like, oh, look, here's Wrestling Society X.
That was so good. I mean, it was not good, but that's what made it good, was that it was just like fucking bad, but just fun and enjoyable.
Dude, I've got the 4-disc set. Okay, I've got the whole season. We are going to have to get into that.
For sure.
That is going to be talked about. I guarantee you that. So,
SBC says I have news about
right.
Stuttering John if you want to hear it.
I'm not sure.
See, I feel like this is how it's divided because I feel like you're a no, I'm a yes. So, I mean, just let us know.
All right, go for it.
Let us know.
Go for it, SBC. What could possibly be going on with Stuttering John? Is he arguing with Nasty Neil again? Every time he's on the show, they have an argument.
I also feel like I owe SBC an apology because the other day I did see like a live stream suggestion to watch Minty and the Pharaoh. So I'm like, all right, those are actual people, not just people he made up to fuck with us.
Oh no, they're actually a big show in the New York area.
I believe it, but
I believe New York.
There's all kinds of shit that is wildly popular that I have no idea exists.
Yeah. Me too. Me too. I hope he's typing.
That would actually be a pretty good bit if he was like, all right, what's the news about Stuttering John? And then he just left.
We're here for 30 minutes just vamping, waiting. Oh, he has a home. Okay, here we go.
There's a
Oh,
homeless man in his house.
Oh, well, that's,
that
you
has
know.
drinking buddy. Well, if he has a homeless man in the house, does that make him no longer homeless?
Yes, he just has a less man in the house now. Yes. No, he has a home man in the house. He's not homeless. He's a home man. So yes, he has a home man in the house now. Okay, there's a word for that. It's called enabling.
Yes, but who is enabling whom in this situation?
That's my problem. I'm not 100% sure who to blame. Who's the enabler? I don't know. It does. It does sound nice. Everyone does need a friend.
Oh, that sounds nice. Everyone needs friends.
Everyone does need a friend. Very good, Iris.
It's the buddy system.
That is true. It is true. I don't know. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure what to say. I don't even. Good, I think.
Right, hold on, we got an explanation here. The man is homeless because he bought a condo but is living in his car because it's not Wednesday. All right, you had me all the way until the last word there. But like everything else tracks, right? He's homeless, but he bought a condo. He's living in his car because it's not Wednesday. So he moves into the condo on Wednesday.
I don't know, man. I just got thrown in front of the loop, to be honest with you. I'm just going to get another beer. Oh, by the way, one of my gifts was a new cooler for the show.
Ooh, nice.
You see, that is a stone cold whoop-ass, 100% pure whoop-ass stone cold cooler.
That's real.
Look at that.
And the smoking skull. Got the awesome 316. You're ready to rock.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so the update here is the homeless man bought John all the beer and had to make his bed in exchange for living in John's house. Hold on.
Okay, so
the homeless man bought John all of his beer. Then, why, if you have money to buy beer, why do you need to bother with this Stuttering John guy? And had to make his bed in exchange for living at John's house.
This is approaching enslavement, folks.
I'm actually going to argue the opposite. This seems like pretty low stakes. It's like you have to make a beer run and you have to like make your sheets. Like that seems basically like a frat house. That's legit weird.
Okay.
You don't ask another man to make your bed. I mean, that's true. I wouldn't, but you know.
I don't really make my bed.
That's what I do like about all of this is that like Stuttering John is apparently just like so lonely that he's bringing in random vagrants to live in his house. However, he does believe in a certain level of cleanliness, which is
yeah. I don't make my bed.
I never do either. Rumor has it they shared the same bed. John says that the bed looked brand new after the man fixed the bed.
Well,
yeah, Scott's right. They're lovers. They're fucking.
Yeah, this is getting.
Stuttering John is apparently fucking a homeless man. That is fun, I guess.
Hopefully, he at least pretends it's a woman. I don't know anymore. I'm done. Okay, I'm so done. What is happening? Okay. I think we need to go on to something else here. Okay. I was going to kick off with a little something else, but we got a little sidetracked as usual. I'm not sure how fucking Sacha Baron Corbin sidetracked us with this fucking Stuttering John shit. Doesn't even stutter anymore. Why is he still going by Stuttering John? Doesn't even stutter anymore. The stutter was fake, wasn't it?
John claimed to have bed over 300 plus women.
That wouldn't surprise me. In the 90s, he had long hair and, he was popular on the Howard Stern show. That actually wouldn't
I
surprise
think
me.
it's really more of like a
Surprise me.
semantics problem. It's not that he bedded he bedded 300 plus women. He bedded women that were 300 plus.
Well, 300 plus, a homeless man is what he means.
Which is why he needs a guy to fix his bed, because he's out here bumming fat.
There you go.
It all makes sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing the quality that we're talking about here.
I mean, if you're at the point where you're going for like over 100, like you stop caring about quality. It's straight quantity. You're a volume person at this point.
Oh yeah.
Because that's the thing, is like people talk about like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar like allegedly fucked like over 1,000 women or 10,000 or some bullshit. How many of them were ugly? Is what people don't ask. People are always just like, "Oh, how cool!" It's like, well, okay, but how many 2s and 3s and 4s are in the mix on that?
Those basketball bunnies are a different breed, man. I don't know, man. Kareem and I mean, Wilt Chamberlain, same thing. I wonder about him. He had a record.
Okay, actually, I think I was confusing
I don't know.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with Wilt Chamberlain, and just because they both played on the Lakers and not for any other reason, don't insinuate things.
It's okay.
Let's see. Okay, last thing here. He also claimed he aced the law school admissions test and was on track to be a lawyer.
Stuttering lawyer? I'm not going to call him Stuttering John Esquire. You can fuck off right away.
Right? Let's see. How old is he? I forgot.
I thought the stutter wasn't real. I thought it was all a gimmick. Am I wrong there?
And I will be honest, as Scott has admitted to not really remembering who John is, I just tangentially, like, sort of vaguely know of him. I just know that he was on the Howard Stern show. I never really listened to the Howard Stern show. It was really my thing.
Well, he was on the Howard, and then he ended up, I want to say he was over, was he with David Letterman? One of the late night talk shows he ended up working for after something happened with him and Howard.
That'd actually be pretty great if, like, just that was what David Letterman started doing. He started, like, poaching people from the Howard Stern show. Like, it's just fucking, like, or, like, people from the Howard Stern show started getting, like, jobs elsewhere. Like, instead of, like, fucking Kevin Eubanks, it was just fucking, what's his name, Beetlejuice on the Jay Leno show.
Oh, that Beetlejuice, yeah. Not Michael Keaton. He's awesome.
Well, it could be either or, but yeah, just fucking David Letterman's doing a show with, like, Crackhead Eric or Rob or whatever the fuck his name was. Like, I know.
They used to.
Interesting.
They used to. Those guys were so fucking big, dude.
I mean, yeah, I know they were on,
Those
like,
guys
WCW and shit. I know there's, like, a Howard Stern movie. Like, I know it's a big show. I just never really listened or watched because, like, at its peak popularity, I was, like, 6 or 7.
And his movie is good, Private Parts. It's actually a very good, well-made movie.
I've seen it.
It is pretty good. I actually enjoy that movie. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. It's hard to believe he went from that to what he is now, but he's got to keep his job. I get it.
How do we just as a society accept that? Like, how is it that, like, for a while there, like, you just have people riding this alien and just, like, queefing into a microphone, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're like the next fucking Diana, I don't know what the fuck her name is, fucking Barbara Walters. I'm gonna say Diana Ross. That's an entirely different genre.
Yeah, it's Diane Ross, not Diana. But anyway, not to correct you, I apologize.
Like, how is he? But I'm just saying, how does he become, like, the gold standard of, like, fucking just journalist or, like, the fucking interviewers?
Well,
it's so strange.
To be honest with you, he's always done well interviewing because his interviews come off more as conversations. The problem is when he interviews women, it always goes the same way. Ooh, baby, you want to do me? Oh, really? Oh, what would you do to me? Huh? They all went the same way with women, but he did some great interviews. I mean, I I think back to, just some of the guests he had on, and they relaxed there. I mean, even when they had the wrestlers on, when he had John Cena on, he had Stephanie on there talking about anal sex. I mean, whoever thought Princess
this all
Stephanie
goes back to my point.
I don't.
Is like, how do you go from like asking Stephanie McMahon if she likes it in the ass or not to being like, all right, we're here with Dame Judi Dench. We're going to be talking about the actor's process. It's what the fuck? No.
How what happened?
Just accept this? How did we allow this shit?
Because he ended up on a giant conglomerate, like Sirius XM, and it was just he was on Sirius at the time. The merger hadn't happened yet, and that's it. He's become a corporate guy. Let's face it, the guy's gotten older, his shtick was getting old, and Janet Jackson showed a titty in 2004 and fucked up everything for everybody. So really his shtick wasn't going to work much anymore. There's also been, with progressing years, we've had the Me Too movement, and let's face it, a lot of things you would say to a woman 10 years ago, you ain't saying anymore because you're going to get fucking canceled. So Howard Stern's shtick got old, outdated. So he had to find something else. So he did.
Yeah, good for him, I guess.
I mean, look, it's ridiculous to think about, but that's kind of what I feel happened. I could be wrong.
Oh no, you're not wrong. But more than anything, I'm just saying is how did we accept that as being a thing? It's like I don't blame him for reading the tea leaves and deciding to change up his avenue. But like, how do you just like 1 second you're like I said, having people fucking Jenna Jameson ride the Sybian, and then you're just like trying to ask people serious questions and they're accepting it. That's the wild part of it. It would be like if like Ron Jeremy didn't commit all the crimes that he committed, but then also decided that like Ron Jeremy he's going to become like the next Martha Stewart. Like it's just wild shit.
Well, I mean, listen, Tracy Lords became an actual actor after having a very serious scandal of being an underage porn star. She made something of herself. Everybody can. I mean, look, I am not a fan of Howard Stern at this point in time. I stopped listening to Howard once I found Opie and Anthony, to be honest with you. Once they hit XM, I was like, God, these guys are way better than fucking Howard. But I get it. And I mean, how do we let it happen? We just do. Because when you're a staple in, shock jock radio for so long, people will give you a little fucking leeway, I guess.
I guess so. SBC saying Sirius took him off the rotation after he sued for royalties he feels was owed. The problem was John never worked for Sirius, it was K-Rock. Well, there you go. True.
I just wish I knew which late night show he was on.
It says, fun fact, I live in the New York metro area, but was young and never heard of him on the radio back then. I kind of have a similar thing of, like, not Howard Stern, but, like, I was living in Illinois, I was living in Chicago at the time of when, like, Mancow was super popular, too, but I was a child. So I knew of him, but I never listened to him, so...
Yeah, I actually have never actually heard his show either, and I had never really heard of Don Imus until Howard Stern started talking about him.
Well, I don't wish to tell you how I heard of Don Imus. Hint, it involved a basketball team.
That's a nappy-headed hoe. Yeah. See, 5 years before Don Imus said that would have been a fine comment. Nothing would have happened to him. It would have been breezed by.
I was just about to say, actually, like, because I mean, like, I'm not going to stick up for the guy, fuck the guy, he can suck a dick. But it is funny that, like you said, it's just like, he was like, that happened to him right on the verge of when, like, shit like that just stopped being okay. Not that it necessarily ever was, but, like, that it became a fireable offense. George is like, I said the same shit last year, and now I'm getting fired for it. Like, what the fuck? Like, it'll switch up on you. Like you were saying, that's why Howard Stern switched up.
Telling you, man, as soon as Janet Jackson showed a titty, everything was fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
I have dissected this time and time again, and everything goes back to Janet Jackson in 2004 showing a titty. And for some reason, radio stations, everybody used it as an excuse to tighten up everything. All FCC standards tightened up. Where did Opie and Anthony air? They were New York. They started off actually. Wait a minute. I apologize. Boston. They started off in Boston because one thing that got them thrown off the air in Boston was they said that the mayor had died, and it was a prank. It was April Fool's Day.
That's a classic prank. The oldest.
A lot of people believed them, and that wasn't the only thing that got them thrown off the air. They also had a gentleman and a gentle lady have anal sex live on the phone in a church. That got them thrown off the air. I mean, that'll do it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know what that says about my morality, that I heard that and I wasn't offended as much as I was like, well, why is that funny, though?
Different time, dude. Different era, different people, different mindset, different. Just different. Because
what I will say is, like, I never really listened to Opie and Anthony either, but I did find a clip of, like, from the Opie and Anthony show of, like, Patrice O'Neal talking about the fucking Kramer thing, and then the Jerry Seinfeld on David Letterman trying to fucking, that's the funniest thing in the world to me, trying to get Kramer, like, out of trouble. And then Kramer, Michael Richards, I don't know why I keep calling him Kramer, that's not, it wasn't the actual person, but fucking Michael Richards going on David Letterman and saying, in defense of him using the N-word and saying that if it was a different time, black people would be hung. He said that he trash talked some Afro-Americans, and people started laughing. And then Jerry Seinfeld yelled at them that it wasn't funny, which I couldn't disagree more. But basically, Patrice O'Neal said that if he was doing it as performance art, like it was some kind of elaborate character, he would have been fine with it. But then when he tried to do that half-assed apology, that's when he knew he was racist for real. So fuck the guy. Which, yeah.
And to be honest, Seinfeld made it worse for Michael Richards.
That couldn't have been worse. David Letterman.
He made it worse. Trying to defend him made it worse. It actually made it worse. But
it's not funny. Like, yeah, it is.
Well, I will tell you.
It's not funny for you because that hole is as deep as it's going to get, my friend. But it's funny to everyone else.
I will tell you, if you heard Patrice O'Neal, you heard later shows, because Patrice O'Neal came on, wasn't on a ton. He had a little show he was doing, that he had his own show, so he did that on XM. But he came later. I think it was only a couple years he was there before he suddenly left us. Suddenly, very abruptly, because I was still listening to Opie and Anthony when he passed away, and they were distraught that day. All of us were. It was like, it was a crazy thing to hear, because Patrice O'Neal was gonna be fucking awesome. He was gonna end up in movies. He was gonna end up in a lot of movies.
My favorite fact about him is that not that it's like a secret, it's pretty common knowledge, but at one point he was a writer for WWE.
Yeah.
Which is like, I can't imagine, I couldn't imagine it lasting longer than 2 days. Somebody that had that low of a tolerance for bullshit is that honest. In a company where you have to just completely lie and bite your tongue at every turn. That shit was never...
the story of how he was fired, if I remember correctly. Stephanie came, she grabbed him And she said, how'd you like to take a ride on the golf cart with me around the stadium? And he said, sure. He said it was silent for a few minutes. And he knew. He knew what was happening. And she just looked at him and went, you know you're gone, right? And he looked at her and went, yeah, I know. So, yeah, he was a writer. I don't know if he never said if they used any of his stuff. I doubt he did if he was only there for 2 days. So, but yeah, that's pretty fucking crazy, man, that he was a writer for them. But the elephant, I'm gonna say graveyard doc on him.
Yeah, you say Jerry is legit evil but funny, and it's the other thing is that he brought Michael Richards on to apologize also as part of the fact that they were promoting the Seinfeld DVD that was coming out. So like even if things went well, he was there just to try to move some DVDs, and it went horribly wrong, which is what makes it so incredible. What a fun car ride!
I'll bet. Little trip on the golf cart with Stephanie McMahon. Hey, I think that was before Triple H. He might have had a shot.
I mean, why not?
Why not? Why not? He probably tried.
That might have been why he got fired.
Nah, he was already gone. if you believe his story, he was already fucking gone. He was gone. I'm not sure when. I still find it hard to believe how long Freddie Prinze Jr. lasted as a writer. Not once, but twice.
Mm-hmm.
I still find that baffling that he did that for so long, and he's never really said which storylines of his they used or anything either. I probably doesn't want to get blamed for anything.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, if I was him, why would I? Because it's usually only an opportunity for negative things to come of it. Like, you were part of that. I fucking hated that angle. But more than anything, I'm surprised that nobody has said what he was responsible for.
I know that's like telling people that's like telling people you're an ICE agent. Say you're a garbage man. Fucking, what are you doing? I mean, Jesus Christ, garbage man. It's much more respectable at this point in time.
Whether you add another E to that, like, no, I fixed the frozen drink machines.
Oh, right, yeah, I'm right.
Icy.
No, I'm with Icy. I'm the reason you can't get Icy's. It's 7-Eleven. Damn it, that's me.
Listen, we removed all the brown ones, so no more Coca-Cola Icy's, but you can still get that.
No more root beer. I love the root beer.
You get the red one, you get the blue one.
All right. Which is the white one? If you got the red and the blue, you gotta have you gotta go full America.
They do actually. It's pina colada. It's good shit.
Of course, it's pina colada. Of course, it is.
Mm-hmm.
The most American drink in the world, pina colada.
Well, then I think they call it freedom colada now. But
it's like we changed those freedom French fries to freedom fries.
I love how just everybody collectively decided that was the stupidest bullshit ever, and that lasted for a day. It's like, nope, they're freedom fries. No, they're just French fries. Just shove them down your throat and shut the fuck up.
You know what? If you want to just say fries. If you're that offended, just say fries. Everyone knows what you mean. You go to England, you call them chips. That's all you fucking do, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's very simple. It's very fucking simple. Anyway, I can't believe we've done 54 minutes and have not even fucking barely mentioned wrestling.
I think that's going to make this announcement even easier to understand.
I think it is, and I think we probably should go ahead and get into that a little bit since we've been talking about it for a while. It's not a bad announcement, folks. I promise you it's not a bad announcement. Me and Smark are still going to be together. We're still going to be talking, but I think it might be time to put this show on a little bit of a hiatus. and concentrate more on Hollywood Hangout. Actually, concentrate completely on Hollywood Hangout. Let me explain a little bit. I think you guys have figured out I'm not really paying attention like I used to. I'll be totally honest with you guys. I'm pretty much down to getting results from AI and skimming through the shows on my computer with like AEW and mostly everything else that I watch. I'm skimming through them. I'm really, I don't have a lot of time. And every fucking legend has a fucking show. Every wrestling legend has a podcast. They're fun, and Conrad has his hand in everyone too, which is no big deal. Good for Conrad. I've always said I respect his hustle, whether I think the guy's a scumbag or not. I respect his hustle. But I mean, I'm not paying attention like I used to. I don't think Smark is either. I'm not going to speak for him. But I don't think Smark is keeping up like he used to. I don't think he wants to keep up like he used to.
Well, that's the thing, yeah. As I will say, this week I didn't bother to watch AEW, but I have been, as we've been talking about it, and like proportionately, the amount of time that we spend talking about Dynamite and especially pay-per-views is really not worth it to justify watching 2 hours of it every week, and then the pay-per-views are like imagine like just watching the pay-per-views for 4 or 5 hours, sometimes 6, and then we talk about it for like 10 minutes. Like that does not seem like a good return on investment.
No, and
I'm not even saying that to like put any shade towards you or anything. It's more of just at this point for me personally, watching AEW feels more like an obligation than a joy. Because like you have I still watch wrestling, but like okay, WWE in my opinion is just blatantly evil at this point. So I have no interest in basically ever watching them again. That includes fucking Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, whatever. And AEW, I'll still watch AEW from time to time, but it's just more or less kind of boring. Like it just doesn't seem like they have really a direction all that much. Like aside from what they have Tony Storm doing, like that's great. But like, okay, Hangman wins the belt, Joe wins the belt, MJF wins the belt. They're just playing hot potato with the shit at this point anyway. Like there's no real storyline, justification, reason why any of this shit's happening at this point. So one company is blatantly evil, the other company is just kind of boring. I don't think there's any chance in the world I could get you to watch Stardom, which is the only thing I'm watching on a regular basis at this point. So
I probably would, but exactly, it is what it is. And you know, I mean, it's so easy to find results now. Number one, anything you want to really see is on YouTube or Facebook or X. It's out there. It's easy to find.
Like, I have fun talking about wrestling. I don't have so much fun watching the shit anymore. Like aside from like the stuff that I watch just for fun.
Yeah, but I do watch a assload, and you know, I watch an assload of movies. I really fucking do. And I mean, it's not like we can't talk wrestling. It's not like the wrestlers themselves aren't in Hollywood. It's not like if something big happens, we can't bring it up. Absolutely, we can on Hollywood Hangout. And let's face it, folks. Whenever me and Smart go off the rails, what do we talk about?
Typically
movies
or music
or music or fucking radio or something. We get into something that's still Hollywood related. So the show's not going to change much, but next week I wouldn't mind if everyone jumped over and tuned into subscribe to Hollywood Hangout down here. It's not going to be the same format that I was doing. I'm noticing a few things. One, YouTube is taking the shows down when I play clips. And I'm actually noticing Anchor is starting to take down shows when I play clips with music behind them and stuff like that. So it's going to be much simpler of a format. Pictures, maybe a few GIFs. I can play a few scenes here and there. But really, it's going to be a much simpler format. It's going to be a lot better. And I'm planning on me and Smark doing it same night, same time. I don't think that is. I mean, unless you want to change it, we'll talk about that a little later. But for now, I think we can do the same night, same time, if that's all right with Smark.
That sounds good to me.
I mean, we're sort of hashing this out right now too, to be honest with you guys. we've been kicking this around since October. I think I mentioned it to you in October that I was thinking about doing this, and I wanted to at least go to the end of the year, especially with Cena's retirement tour. I definitely wanted to get into that. But
Actually,
I mean,
the funny part was I think it was in September because like
might have
we
been.
stopped doing tits, and then like a couple of days after we stopped doing tits, you're like, I don't want to talk about wrestling anymore. I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm not doing shit anymore.
Well,
This is
well, and as I said, I don't want to talk wrestling, but I don't want to stop us doing this, dude. I have to say, I cherish this time where
for
I
sure.
get to sit here and talk to you, everyone else, and do all this.
If you would like to know a new show, can I still make jokes about cheese man having too many kids?
Fuck yeah,
Absolutely.
fuck yeah, fuck yeah, you can.
All
But
the
I
same
mean,
bits are more than welcome. We're more than welcome to talk about the Stuttering John. We're more than welcome to talk about cheese not pulling out. I think there were a couple
I'll
of
tell
other
you
ones.
what.
It's all good.
I'll tell you what. NORAB, SBC. I'll make this promise. By the end of this year, we will review the Stuttering John movie on Hollywood Hangout. So make sure you guys are showing up. Actually, I even made a little QR code for us here. If you're just sitting there, you want to, there you go. Look at that QR code for the Hollywood Hangout YouTube. Go over and like it. It's Hollywood Hangout Podcast. It's over there on YouTube. I just, it's just, I mean, let's face it, folks. I'm not trying to make excuses here, but I got 3 kids. I got 5 dogs. I got 2 acres. I got a lot of shit going on. I mean, I don't have many animals left anymore, thank God. But my younger daughter does scouts. She does gymnastics. She does twirling. She wants to do cheerleading. My middle kid does scouts. So I do have things to do during the week. And honestly, I'm going to be even more honest. I'm trying to get my own business off the ground. This month, I'm actually trying to get my own business off the ground. I'm looking for a warehouse. I'm trying to get some stuff shipped in here by the end of the month. So I've got a lot of things going on right now to where I'd rather not add wrestling. I'll be honest. Some weeks I sit there and I'm like, I'd rather just sit here and watch movies. So I definitely watch a lot of movies. And that'll make it easier. But again, I do not want to stop being on here for a couple hours at least once a week. Honestly, if we're talking movies, I mean, again, we can talk movies, we can talk music, we can talk an actor, we can talk a genre of movies. There's so many things that we can get into that we end up talking about anyway when we go off the rails. So I think it's kind of a natural progression.
Chances are I was
All
already
right.
subscribed. That's how loyal I am. See, there you go.
Fuck yeah, High Ridge. So next week, I'll put that up to come on over here to Hollywood Hangout Podcast. I don't know if Smark's gonna got a problem with it, but I think we should come on back and say what we've been saying we're gonna do. Let's fucking knock it out with fucking Woodstock 99 talk.
Absolutely. I'd be more than happy to do that.
I figured you would be. So next week we will come back. We are still going to talk a little wrestling tonight, to be honest with you guys, but this is going to be it for Wrestling Outlet for a while. It's possible we may bring it back, but right now I'm more interested in concentrating on Hollywood Hangout. I've mentioned Smark; he has no problems with that. And I mean, like I said, there's so many wrestling shows out there right now, and to be honest, it's just wrestling is just not what it used to be. Number one, WWE is turning into it's turning into the Trump show, and people are pissed at it. I mean, it's just everything. And I mean, like I said, even wrestling is getting political now. I know Hollywood is political, but when I watch a movie, I don't give a fuck what anyone's political opinions are. I watch a movie to watch a movie. That's all I want to do. I want to be entertained. So we'll be from now on Hollywood Hangout talking movies, talking maybe music, maybe an actor. Um, I don't know. Whatever. I mean, I'll pick one week. Smart can pick one. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. My movie collection is gigantic.
Right on. And like, not that we're necessarily, we're not doing the same numbers that he's doing by any stretch of the imagination, but like even Brian Zane, like he announced a couple weeks ago that he's not doing modern wrestling anymore either. It's just there's not that much on the bone at the moment. There's not that much to talk about.
No, and I'll tell you the truth. A lot of our favorites are retiring, folks, very soon. Within a couple of years, wrestling is going to be a whole new thing. So, oh God, we have a Twitter. I have a Twitter. I'll have to see if that's still active for Hollywood Hangout. I'm going to have to go through and make some changes to Hollywood Hangout. I'll make us a new YouTube entrance because I still want to do this on YouTube. But like I said, it'll be a little more streamlined. But unfortunately, folks, this is going to be the last wrestling outlet for a while. But like I said, we're not going anywhere. Just switching to a show I've already got. You know, I was talking to Smark a few months ago, September, October, I don't remember when. And I'm like, dude, 99.9% of the time when we go off the rails, it's movies or music. I've got a show we can do that on.
And multiple times we've transitioned to talking about AEW, and people have been like, all right, we're out, good night. Like, okay, exactly. Well.
That's definitely a great point. And I got to be honest, you guys seem to interact more when we're talking movies, music, concerts, anything like that. So, but the good thing about the show being named Hollywood Hangout is the fact that we can talk anything Hollywood at any time. So,
word, once they sell to the Saudis, wrestling in America is over. Pretty much.
It could be. I mean, you'll still have AEW, but I don't know, man. I've been kicking this around. I'll be honest with her. I've been kicking this around for a long time. And I'm glad Smark was okay with it because, like I said, I cherish the time I get to talk with Smark and get to talk with all you guys. But I think we're going to have more fun talking movies over there on Hollywood Hangout. I think we're going to be a lot more versatility of the shows there. We can do a lot more. And
Truman would like to strike a deal with you. He said, I subscribe to the other channel, but you need to promise to change the water in the Mexican housekeeper's dish.
God damn it. That means I have to do dishes tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it. Deal.
And of course, he says Stuttering John's movie. I think he might have been gone when we mentioned this, but Boggs has already vowed, promised.
We'll do it. We will do it by the end of the year. I'll tell you what, we'll do it within the next 6 months.
Ooh.
How's that? I'll cut it in half. In the next 6 months, we will do it. I'm glad you guys are actually just kind of all for this. It's almost like you guys expected this to happen. I mean,
it's almost like we barely talked about it anyway, so it's not hard to transition. We spent a fucking hour talking about Howard Stern and magic tricks and alcohol. And it's like, hey, we're not doing wrestling anymore. It's like, you didn't do it before. What are you talking about? Get out of here.
I'm considering just fucking shutting all this fucking news off and not even worrying about it. But I mean, shit, it's been an hour already, hour and 9 minutes. But I am glad everybody seems to be down with this. I hope everybody else is. There you go. Howard is all for this.
Oh my god, yeah, wrestling adjacent. The Street. Oh, never mind, the wrong one. You said and the Street Fighter movie with John Claude Van Damme. I've been seeing more and more
Yes.
about the new one that's coming out with Cody Rhodes, and it looks god fucking awful. Like that shit is going to bomb so hard, and I'm gonna laugh. Mainly because I don't like Cody.
Yeah. Yeah. And we will definitely talk. I love that Street Fighter movie. Actually, during Christmas weekend, I watched the Addams Family movies, both of them. So that was good. But yeah, exactly. High Rich. Go ahead, Smart.
You can do more than one gimmick on the show. It just makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, for sure.
Absolutely. I think it'll be like I said, I think it's a good natural switch. I think it's something that needs to be done. A bomb as bad as Borderlands. You know, I still haven't seen Borderlands yet, and I'm not sure I want to. All of the Steven Seagal movies. I'll tell you what, we could do a Steven Seagal night one night, and we'll just kind of we'll talk about a few of them. I've seen way more. Smark might take that night off. Okay.
I need you to review the movie Alive. You know what? I think that there's like that's one of those where there's like 8 different versions of that movie that have come out in like different years by different directors. So if you give me like a year that was made, it's not jogging a memory. I'm sure I'll know once I figure it out. But
isn't that the movie where the plane crash happens and they have to eat each other?
I don't
Once
know.
they die,
There's something about that title that sounds familiar. Like I feel like I've seen it, but there's just it's not connecting for some reason. Also, yeah, the Borderlands movie, I will never fucking watch that. Like I played the Borderlands games, and like first 2 are good, but like that 4th game sucks shit, and the movie is terrible.
I play poker against Claptrap.
Yeah, you pretty much have the experience. I mean, Claptrap is a big part of the game.
In a game called Poker Night 2, I actually do play against Claptrap.
I mean, basically the whole point is that there's very little in the way of story. Like the second one has a story that's kind of good, but it's mainly just that you go around and you kill things, and then your enemies drop guns, and you get better guns. And the idea is like you basically just you go around killing people, trying to find like cool guns, and the better the guns, the easier it is to kill people, and then the more people you kill, the more guns they drop. You're just trying to get the coolest gun.
I got it for my kids. They've got it, but I've never watched it. And I probably won't. I probably won't. But okay, yeah, that is the right movie I was thinking of. And the movie where they eat ass, but not in a good way.
That's pretty cool. I watched it. Well, I don't know if I've seen that one. I know I've seen one. It's called Teton, and it's about like a lady that like fucks a car and then gives birth to a car. And it's like so. I've gotten into weirder territory or similarly weird territory.
That is pretty weird, bro.
Yeah. I don't think I was made aware of the premise of the movie when I started watching it. It was just one of those like YouTube videos where it's like, here's the craziest movies you can watch on Tubi, and I'm like, all right, I'll give it a try.
I mean, we've seen women give birth to a hand, so we're kind of desensitized at this point. But
yeah, Scott says his Borderlands 2 story is just there in a good way. Yeah, I mean, there's some good funny moments in there now and again. I mean, it's not like the most compelling story, but it's a good way to guide you from one part of the game to the next.
I've never played the game. I'll be honest, I'm still playing that goddamn Asphalt game. I can't shake it.
I'm like in the process of playing 3 different games at the moment. So.
I need to get a new game. Actually, we got the Santa brought us the Switch too.
Oh.
So we got the Mario Jamboree, which is a fun game for 4 of us to play. We can't all 5 play it, but the full 4 of us can play it. But I basically let my daughter play, and I played when she was distracted. So we got that. We got Mario Kart, and my wife got me a new driving game I need to try to play. But we got the Switch too. So I didn't know we were getting the Switch too. I had no clue about that.
Nice.
I had no clue about that. So
I will say there not that it's necessarily related to that, but I remember I really, really, really wanted the PlayStation 2, and this came out in like 2001, I believe. So like I just turned 11, I was like almost 12, so it was kind of coming up on the point where it's like you might need to start accepting some truths about what it is that happens in this here holiday. So I was like, I really, really wanted the PlayStation 2, and without just blatantly breaking kayfabe, my mom was basically just alluding to the idea of like that might not happen. So I still wanted it, but I kind of just almost made peace with the fact that shit probably wasn't going to happen. Santa wasn't going to come through in the clutch for me. So I'm just like, I'm unwrapping gifts. And then I had a PlayStation, but one of the gifts towards the end of my presents was Madden 2001 for a PlayStation 2. Had Eddie George on the cover. And I lost my shit. And like, it became even weirder because my mom was like, that's odd, but like in a way that was not playing along in a way of like, what the fuck happened? It turned out basically that my grandparents guided Santa along the way of picking that up, unbeknownst to my mother. So I did end up ultimately getting the PlayStation 2, and I fell asleep with it on because I just wouldn't stop playing. Like I literally just fell asleep, controller in hand, game on, playing Madden 2001 all night. So that was good times.
Madden was the shit on PlayStation 2, bro. Madden was badass.
Until the microtransactions started happening, it was a lot of fun.
I played Madden back in those days. I played another awesome game, NFL Blitz.
Mhm.
Oh, I loved that game. Loved NFL Blitz. What was the basketball game? Def Jam.
No, NBA Street.
NBA Extreme. There you go.
Because there's NBA Street, NBA Street 2, and then
NBA
3.
Street.
Yeah.
That was it. That was another great game. Dude, if you listen, man, I got a PS2 and I have 3 of them if you want one.
I think I think the Def Jam one that you're thinking of is Def Jam Fight for New York. That was the second one. That was like the most popular one. Then there was Def Jam Vendetta. That was the first one. I was all right, but it wasn't as good.
That's the one I'm thinking of, Def Jam Vendetta.
Really? That was okay. That's the first one.
Okay,
The second one is like Snoop Dogg's the villain in the game. You have to like fight your way up to him.
I don't know if I played that. I might have. I don't know, man. See, I've said this before. I had all my PS2s. I modded.
Mm-hmm.
I have one in there with a chip that is actually modded, which literally you can just put a burnt game in there and play it. And the other 2 are swap discs, but I don't know where my discs went. But you could probably order them. But I do have 3 PlayStation 2s in there. My wife is begging me to get rid of them, and I'm like, those are gonna be worth money someday.
Oh, they're worth money now.
Even the modded. I don't know about the modded. Are the modded ones?
I would imagine. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Do I have to? Trina says, do I have to be Jewish to get a Switch from Santa? Not sure how that works.
Because I would never. Because my wife is not Jewish, and in the Jewish religion, you are what your mother is. So I would never take Christmas from my children, or the belief of Santa and all that stuff. So that's why Santa still brings stuff, even though Daddy is Jewish, Mommy is not.
Yeah.
So I would never steal Christmas from my kids. Not when everyone else at school is celebrating it and everything. And my daughter's at school bringing up Hanukkah, and those kids are like, "Huh? What's that?" So
I will say, not that this is necessarily a good thing. In fact, I don't think this is a good thing. But the majority of Christmas is like sort of not religious anymore anyway. That's not a good thing. But I mean, it is what it is. It's basically more just commercialized, and then even to the non-cynical aspect of it is just more about like goodwill towards your fellow man. Like the religion aspect of it has been so incredibly downplayed that it's more about fucking trying to sell Coca-Cola now, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Do I only have to have goodwill to my fellow man on Christmas time? Or can I do it all year round and just be that guy?
I think where we are as a society today, maybe just making it so that you're not an asshole to everybody, not you specifically, but just in general, that you're not an asshole to everybody for just one day is like a more obtainable goal. Like, just try one for one day to just not be a cocksucker to everybody that's around you. Like, just one day
I
you don't start fights with people on Twitter. Just one day you don't
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
flip somebody off while you're driving down the street. Just one day is way more obtainable. Like, ideally, yes, you would not be a dickhead year round, but we'll settle for one day.
All right. All right. So it can be one day. Uh,
Interesting. Scott says no. Christmas is definitely more secular now. I don't know if
well,
the fact that he said Xmas is like supposed to be the joke behind it. I'm just completely missing it. But
no, I think I know what he's saying. I think, well, and I'll tell you the truth. Christmas has not only become a religious thing, but it's also become a political thing, as it's been for a long time now. It's a political thing because some people take offense to the Merry Christmas thing. Oh, I'm not religious. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? You know what? I'm not religious. I was with two families this weekend that pray, and I don't. You know what I did? I bowed my head and shut the fuck up. I didn't
I,
yell and scream about how I am not religious and I don't need to pray. I did what I had to do.
Trina says just kidding. I know so many Jewish families celebrate both Hanukkah and Christmas. I'd imagine.
Yeah, a lot of them have because a lot of families are like mine. Maybe have one side of the family Jewish, one side not. But even some of the actual like full Jewish people I know still do Christmases for their children. Just because all the other kids do it, when they get older, Christmas gets a little different. But when you got kids, man, you got to do what you got to do.
Do you guys like the Sonique song? It feels so good. An instrumental of the theme could work for the show. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that song. Like, maybe if I heard it, but it's not
I don't
ringing a
know it
bell at
either.
the moment. I will
I don't
actually be
know.
sure to look that up.
But I'm definitely going to make I'm going to get us a new YouTube entry this weekend. They're cheap to make, and I'll make one.
Right on. Scott says, and I work for some Jewish people, they're very religious ones, and they treat Hanukkah like a normal holiday.
Mm. Yeah. So listen, if you got like some, Hasidics or just very practicing Jews, they will. And I mean, they'll, fast on the holidays they're supposed to, and all that stuff. My mom sort of does that on the holidays where she's supposed to. She still does a few of the things, but we were never raised to be like very religious. We were never raised to be very um I don't know. We just weren't raised to be religious. We didn't go to temple. I wasn't raised Hasidic, obviously. Um and to be honest, I'm probably very different from a lot of Jewish people out there. Not many Jewish people drink and smoke weed.
Right?
Well, Daddy here does. So I don't know. I would never I would never want my kids to go to school and everyone else is celebrating Christmas and doing this and doing that, and my kids go, I can't celebrate. I don't celebrate Christmas. I wouldn't want that. I like my kids to be able to participate in everything they can.
Hmm.
I mean, we even, we do Easter. That is not a Jewish holiday at all. We still do Easter for the kids. No big deal. But yeah. Oh, got a business card here. Yeah, I just find it weird that we all are supposed to just be nice to each other just around the holidays.
I mean, it's better
You
than
could just do that shit all year, and that might solve a lot of fucking problems, wouldn't it? All right.
yeah, yeah, it really could.
That might solve a lot of fucking problems. I'm just saying.
Although, I mean, ironically, a lot of times is if you're going out Christmas shopping or whatever, that's usually when a lot of the hostilities happen because everybody's so focused on like buying their own shit and like what they're trying to do for the holidays that they're just like cutting in front of you and just fucking being an asshole.
See, but again, you're more talking about the money part of it with Black Friday.
Yeah, I mean that, but just like the general run of shopping, because then even that's not really so much a thing anymore because a lot of people just go and get their stuff off Amazon. But I'd like to actually go to the stores and look for the thing, find a thing, think of the thing. I like
I'll
the whole
tell you,
process of it.
I will tell you, Amazon is great for people like me who live in a very rural area, and I just don't have all these big stores around. Tell you what's great for people like me who almost forgot that their anniversary was coming up on the 13th and had to order a gift for his wife last night at fucking 1:30 in the morning. It's going to be here on the 12th. It better get here on time.
Hopefully it's here on the 12th.
7th anniversary coming up. Copper. I bought her a for her first anniversary. My wife loves purple, so I bought her one of those from Steven Singer, who I heard used to hear the commercials on Howard Stern. I hate stevensinger.com. I bought her a purple gold dipped rose. It's a real rose. And then we still have it. And she thought that was the most amazing thing. So now 7 years down the line, we're married. I bought her a copper dipped rose. And the vase it goes in is all purple with flowers around it. So she should love it. Her favorite color is purple, obviously.
True North would like to know, does the Mexican housekeeper play the 10 Commandments at Easter and just yell what the fuck out?
Yes. I'm just going to say yes. I don't know. We haven't had her. Well, you know what? I mean, this is only the second Easter with her. It's a good movie, though. It's a good movie. You know it is. I've only seen it once. I'm not even sure who's in it. I think I saw it in school when I was a kid. We used to watch that, and oh my god, what was the other movie? What was the other movie we used to always watch? In school? Clash of the Titans.
You threw that out there like I would have any idea. Like, I don't know. I didn't fuck with school with you.
Clash of the Titans?
I don't think
there was
at my school, to be honest.
There was a remake of it that happened within the last 6 or 7 years. Maybe more. But I don't know, man. It's that was one of The Abyss. We watched The Abyss always in school. That was awesome because it was a 2-hour movie, which means it was a 2-day event. The Abyss, I watched that in school a lot. That's a good movie. I watched that a couple of months ago and forgot how good of a movie that was. For the year that came out and the special effects that were done in that movie, fucking good.
You know what's funny is that they would like play movies and stuff at in my school, and like just because it was part of like whatever was happening at school, I would just automatically hate the movie because it's like, oh well, if you're playing it at school, it's gotta suck. Like, you don't play anything cool here like this shit.
Oh no. No, that really was a good movie. I like that one. That wasn't. Didn't watch many more movies at school, but every year for so many. Oh my god, I can't tell you how many times I watched Clash of the Titans in school. Hired says he remembers the remake. Well, you know what? Now you got me wondering. See what I mean when we go off the fucking rails?
Ooh.
Oh wow, I was wrong about the 6 or 7 years. 2010.
Okay.
Actually, they made a Clash of the Titans 2 in 2012. I did not know that.
See, True says I watched 2 movies in school. One was To Kill a Mockingbird, and the other was an incest film called Back to the Future Part 1. That shit was weird. There was a lot. I watched that whole series. There's a lot of just like weird incest and just like implied rape, and there's a lot of shit that was just very awkward. And like, okay, that's cool when you go into it knowing that's part of the movie. When you go into it knowing that, like, thinking that it's just like a carefree child's movie, it's like, oh boy.
Here's the funny thing. That first one had Leah Thompson in it, right?
Sure.
So you could say it was basically she didn't know it was her son, but anyway. So then you go to another movie in the 80s, which basically was bestiality, which is Howard the Duck. Leah Thompson basically fucks a duck.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, tries to fuck a duck before Tim Robbins walks in.
I mean, there was Big too. Isn't that essentially the same thing? Of like, it's implying that the lady's fucking a child, and it's supposed to be sweet because the child is played by Tom Hanks.
But they don't. It was an adult.
Sure.
But it was a child, but it was an adult. That one's a little iffy.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit. I mean, when she found out, she should have been a little more distraught. But anyway.
Back to the Future so good. I cried just thinking about those movies. I mean, it's a good series. But like, honestly, there's some dark shit to it that I wasn't expecting. Like, I think Back to the Future 2, it's implied that, like, I think it's like that's Back to the Future 2, I think is the one where like Biff's married to his mom and he's like beating him and shit or something like that. Like, I just remember there was a lot of like weird shit that like I thought it was about to be like way more whimsical and carefree than it actually turned out to be.
Well, I mean, in the first one, Biff was about to rape him. Okay, so there you got that. And then yes, in the second one, basically that's it. And then in the third one was the third one. I still like the third one, but I really thought that it could have been a better ending to the movies, but either way, whatever.
I don't like that one because they implied that the Cubs were going to win the World Series, and they came almost within a year of being accurate. I think they ended up winning the year after they predicted. So it's like, all right, not bad.
Really? I didn't know that. So they were close.
Yeah, because Cubs won the World Series in 2016, and I think in the movie it was like they're supposed to win 2015. Question mark?
Wow. They were close. Mm-hmm.
Now, if we could just do Back to the Future 4, which is set in like the year 2027, and it's about how the Bears win the Super Bowl.
Unfortunately, we're not going to see that movie, and Michael J. Fox is in no shape to do that movie.
Yeah, that's true.
It's sad. It's sad to see Michael J. Fox right now, but he's still fighting for it, man. He's still out there fighting, so good for him, but I would not want to see him in a movie right now. But hey, you never know. And they might just AI him in there at this point.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be Michael J. Fox. I mean, just because he's like the face of the franchise doesn't mean that you can't do like, you know, The Naked Gun with Liam Neeson and fucking Cody Rhodes.
He was a bartender. He had a 2-minute scene. Relax, Mark. He wasn't the co-star.
It's too long.
He was. It was actually very funny, to be honest with you. That really was a funny movie. It was I might have to go watch it.
What's funny is when I click 1 star on IMDb and then create multiple burner accounts to click 1 star on IMDb until the movie gets downvoted to oblivion. Fuck Cody Rhodes.
Fuck what stars they have. If it's funny, it's funny. If you like a movie,
no one cares about IMDb anymore.
I don't give a fuck what IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes says. None of that shit means anything. It's like back when people used to go, "Oh, the critics hated this movie. Don't watch it." What are you fucking kidding? Now I want to watch it.
I think the critic hated most movies, if I remember. He was like, it stinks.
They did. Because they're watching the movie through a critic's eyes. I'm watching the movie through I just had a few beers and I just want to watch this fucking movie eyes. That is totally different than I am a critic. Even when I do Hollywood Hangout, I'm not a fucking critic.
I will say the one thing that I hate more than anything is like when people like review particularly horror movies is where it's the most prominent, where it's like it doesn't make sense that character would go into this haunted house. Like, yeah, well, if they didn't, there wouldn't be a fucking movie. Like, yeah, it doesn't make sense, but enjoy the fucking like. If the movie sucks, the movie sucks. If it's good, it's good. But like, just because the character in the horror movie is not acting in the most sensible or rational ways, typically people don't when they're
Well,
afraid.
it's just like, it's like when people are sitting there watching wrestling and they're like, John Moxley puts a fucking bag over Daniel Bryan's head and he's like, why don't you just rip the bag? Because the gimmick's over, you dumb shit. It's a gimmick.
Because he's not really choking him.
And by the way, stats show that almost 80% of the people don't think to rip the bag, which is why they die. They don't think to rip the bag. It's not, your brain doesn't work when your adrenaline is flowing through it like that.
Yeah, I mean, usually, like if you're expecting somebody to put you in like a pile driver and instead they attempt murder on you, you're not usually thinking straight.
Shit, we had attempted fucking murder last night on AEW. Mm-hmm. They were hanging Hook. Oh, you said you didn't watch. That's fine.
I mean, I could pretend to, but I did let the cat out of the bag on that one.
I said we were going to talk wrestling, but I'm kind of thinking maybe not even bother.
I mean, if you want to hit a news story or two, we can totally do that. But
I mean, I'll maybe. I'm kind of seeing what I really need to talk about. Bruce Pritchard thinks y'all are too stupid to remember anything over 4 or 5 matches. Mm-hmm. That is one thing that we had on here. You know what? We all right. We can talk at least one thing about wrestling or two, so we don't lie. Is that what you're saying, Smark? Let's not lie to them.
They disbanded the Bullet Club in New Japan, so now the Bullet Club's not a thing anymore. Years after the Bullet Club stopped being important. Yeah, they did the Wrestle Kingdom show, and then they always do a show after Wrestle Kingdom called New Year's Dash, and I guess that's when they put the end to the Bullet Club.
He put a link here. Damn it. We can't get links.
Yeah, I can't copy and paste. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, I know how, but it just won't let me on this platform.
Yeah, hey.
Oh, actually.
SPC, do me a favor. Oh, go ahead.
I was just thinking about it, like, for somebody who is, like, a legend, allegedly, and is, like, so very prominently, like, supposed to be revered, is there a fucking worse wrestler than Bubba Ray Dudley? I was thinking about that earlier, since I want to talk about wrestling for a minute, because I was like listening to him talk. Like, I had heard a clip of him talking and like Busted Open or whatever. And I was like, why? How did this guy get so far? Because if you think about it, like, okay, I don't know how I want to do this, but I was thinking about it, and I could present evidence here. Like, can you name like a match that he had as a singles wrestler that's good? Point blank. Period. No, you cannot. Can you name a tag match that he's been in with Devon that's been good that doesn't involve like Edge and Christian or the Hardy Boys? No, you cannot. But conversely, you can name a good tag team match or singles match with everybody else in that equation, sans Devon. You can name a good Christian match, singles or tag team, Edge match, singles or tag team, Jeff Hardy match, singles or tag team, Matt Hardy's match, singles or tag team. So like basically he got to the point where he got because he was just in matches with like two teams that were consisting of people with significantly better and more talent. Oh, well, SBC says Bubba Ray versus Triple H.
Oh, okay. And you know what? I'm not. Go ahead, Smark. I apologize.
I was just gonna say I personally don't remember that match, but at least to the point of somebody does in fact remember and can name a good Bubba Ray match. So there you go.
There you go. All right. I mean, and I'm not gonna shit on him for being in a tag team. Obviously, I am a huge tag. I mean, Rock and Roll Express to me is fucking the greatest in the world, and those two guys have been together forever. So you can't name a singles run with those guys. They never had one. But I mean,
because there was that period in time
they had
where
a small one.
Fucking Robert Gibson got injured and Ricky Morton was in WCW as like a heel, as like part of I think it was that fucking stable that had fucking Terry Reynolds, but I don't remember what she was called in WCW. He was in some kind of fucking heel stable. Ricky Morton was because of singles.
Yeah, you're right. But again, I mean, no matter. But everyone, you don't remember Ricky Morton from that. He's one of the Rock and Roll Express. He's one half of the Rock and Roll Express, is what I'm saying. Bubba, listen, I'm not a huge fan. I think the guy has become a shill at this point. Whoever signs his check, he's gonna fucking praise. And I have no problem with that, folks. I have absolutely zero issues with that. Ooh, I like Stevie Ray.
Yeah, this is True North would like to know Steve Von or Stevie Ray, who is more useless. See, I feel like if you had to be like objectively who has more talent, I would probably say Devon. But if we're going with who do I like more, it is Stevie Ray. Like I don't exactly understand why, but yeah, I just kind of like Stevie Ray better.
Nah, I don't know. I like both, but I mean, Devon has just been around a little longer. I would say I lean a little more toward Devon, even though Stevie Ray and Booker T, the Harlem Heat. Oh my God, they were amazing back when I was a kid. I thought those guys were larger than fucking life. They were giant. They were talented. They were going out there. I loved Harlem Heat when I was a kid. I was a huge fan of Harlem Heat when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
York Foundation.
That was the name of the stable that Ricky Morton was in. Yeah, I remember it was on the tip of my tongue, but I couldn't think of it.
That's right. A York Peppermint Patty.
Oh, and to be fair,
Foundation.
I want to clarify that I'm not shitting on him because he was in a tag team. Like that is more than fine. I'm just saying that.
I didn't say you.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just saying. But like, just being in a tag team is cool. It's just, I feel like if he kind of rose to prominence because of those like TLC matches with Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys, I feel like you could put any other tag team in that spot along with Edge and Christian and Hardy Boys. You put like Kai and Tai could have been in there, fucking Acolytes could have been in there, anybody could have been in there, and it still would have been the same match and it still would have been just as good. And then, of course, like, okay, yeah, they came from ECW, but, like, that's all Paul Heyman. Like, if you watch 95 ECW, I've been watching 95 ECW. I know what happens to them after the fact, but I'm watching 95 ECW. I'm like, oh, man, Public Enemy's the shit. No, they weren't. They did a really good job of marketing them. But I'm just watching, like,
they were fun.
Yeah, Public Enemy rules. And it's like, nah, the future is not.
But they were fun. You're allowed to have fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching them quite a bit because they would do, like, they did some pretty cool spots, like especially that people weren't doing at the time. That were kind of fun, and then they did a good job of like switching between comedy and like serious promos.
Yeah, they were fun. SBC here. Bubba Ray was the reason Kevin Castle and Don Tony had their funnier moments. People would pay to see me face Brock Lesnar and Bubba Ray. Yeah, I know all about that feud, and my God, I'll be honest with you, that Don Tony has gotten so bad at this point.
Also, I will argue to my point slightly more, is that I put it out there that you couldn't name one like good Bubba Ray Dudley match, and NORAD did mention that he wrestled Triple H, and that was a good one. He had like multiple years as a singles wrestler in TNA/Impact, and that's not where he went. Like nobody remembers any good matches from that run. Like, okay, maybe the Aces and Eights thing they remember, but I said remember good matches.
Well, True North remembers that we should thank him for killing the Aces and Eights, which, again, I was a fan of that storyline for a while. Don't get me wrong, but it did get bad.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, when it got bad, I found it more funny than horrible, which maybe I just have a twisted sense of humor because I found it more funny than anything. I mean, and this is definitely a ripoff of Sons of Anarchy. Everyone forgets Bischoff had a motorcycle reality show that was on one of the Discovery channels. That's what he was mimicking. The show that he was trying to promote his show, except it sucked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with like borrowing from famous TV shows or movies, especially when they actually did it like topically. Like if it was WWE, they'd be pulling out the Sons of Anarchy gimmick right now. despite the fact that the show's been off the air for like 10 years. Like, oh boy, he's not booking anymore. As I say, when Vince finds out about Breaking Bad, the shit's about to go off. But no, that's not going to happen. But again, like even in WCW, they fucking Crow Sting. They ripped off the Crow. Like you can make it work.
Absolutely, especially if it's popular. Especially if it's popular.
Shit.
But
Scott says he saw that Eric Bischoff fucking shitty motorcycle show.
Oh, Jesus Christ! So you were the one.
We've met him. It was so great.
I've literally said before, Eric Bischoff, when he starts talking about all these successful things he's done, the Devil's Ride, thank you, SBC. When he starts talking about all this successful thing, when he fucks with Tony Khan, you can't name one thing that he didn't have Ted Turner's money behind him that was successful. After he left Ted Turner's tit, him and Jason Hervey have had nothing successful since. I'm sorry. He just hasn't. So, I don't know. TNA, when Bubba was in TNA, that whole Aces and Eights thing, that was such a weird time in TNA. But honestly, even when Bischoff's son, what was his name? Garrett Bischoff was in it. A lot of the stuff that everyone complained about, I just found funny.
The best part, I think, was like, I don't know, my timeline might be getting slightly skewed, but like they're doing a whole angle about like Bubba Ray marrying Brooke Hogan or like being in a relationship with Brooke Hogan, and then like Brooke Hogan was all over social media announcing that she was getting engaged to like this guy for real, like not Bubba, but like the guy that she was actually going to marry, which was funny because everybody got mad at her for like fucking up the storyline.
Well, yeah. Well, it's like when Lana was supposed to be with Ziggler, and then suddenly they're taking pictures of themselves on social media with being engaged. It's like, Jesus Christ, fuck up the storyline a little more.
To post those for a couple more weeks, Kenny.
So, all right, you know what? There's one quick thing I want to mention from AEW Smark. From Dynamite last night. And it's a point I have made on this show many times. I don't care if Kenny Omega has been gone for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We always get the Kenny Omega return. That's right, folks. He's been gone for 2 whole weeks. He just returned, and he returns again next week because he's gone for a week. Kenny Omega returns to Dynamite.
Yeah.
Why do we have to hype every time this guy is on a show as a return? It drives me batshit crazy.
My favorite.
It shouldn't, but it does.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's pretty similar. I mean, I understand the idea of like Kenny Omega is important, so you want to make him look important, and he's one of your bigger guys. But like the fact is, like he's back, he returned. It's been 2 weeks. He celebrated Christmas. It's like, all right, cool, like great. I don't know what to tell you.
Look, he's the common man. He celebrated with you and everybody else, and I mean, I guess that's another. I mean, just another reason it's just ridiculous at this point.
My favorite thing, just on running like gag that AEW does, and it's not a gag, but it's annoying kind of, is that in every single Marina Shafir match, they always mention that she's a judoka. It's like, but they always say it like that's supposed to be new information. It's like, yeah, did you know she's a judoka? Like, yes, because I don't have short-term memory loss, and I remember for fucking last week when you said it, in the last 8 weeks that you told me. Like, I understand, okay, that's part of the character, but like, you can flesh it out a little bit more. You can talk about her training. You can talk about like why she became a fucking judo lady. You can talk just anything other than just, hey, she trains judo sometimes. Like, cool.
Yeah. You could, but why would they? Why would they? I don't know. Excuse me. Oh, shit. But it's just, Another reason everything's getting so fucking ridiculous, man. But I don't know. And we Andrade made his official return. At least there's our actual return to AEW on last night. I'm assuming, as I said when we were talking about the whole lawsuit with WWE, as I said, he'll get a lawyer. They'll take care of it. It's very hard to enforce a non-compete, especially for a year. So he probably hired a lawyer, spent 20, 30 grand, and it was done and over with. Finished. Done. So good for him. I'm trying. Oh, and Jim Ross was actually on commentary last night, folks. And I got to tell you, that ain't the Jim Ross I know. It ain't the Jim Ross I know. He's stumbling through things. He's slurring words every now and then. Look, I know he's older. I love Jim Ross as much as anyone else does around here. He's the voice that I've heard for wrestling for years. But there's a time where we all got to say, it ain't good. And I don't know if he's just coming back for a little while, but JR was not the JR I remember. Maybe he needs a couple of weeks to get into it. I'll give him that. But god damn, I felt bad for JR listening to him. He sounds like what he is. He sounds like an old man.
Okay. So I have two things on this. I'm not sure if I should go with the sincere part first or the bit part first. But I will say this about JR. Is that I feel bad.
Decide.
I do. Because, like, in my opinion, he will forever always be the greatest commentator of all time. Because, like, if you look at some of the other commentators, like, especially, like, the other one, the only one that would come close to number 2 for me would be Joey Styles. And, like, Joey Styles did it by himself. But then you listen to Jim Ross do commentary, and then listen to Jerry the King Lawler do commentary without Jim Ross. And you will realize how fucking good Jim Ross was at commentary, because Jerry Lawler without Jim Ross is total fucking dog shit. And Jim Ross without Jerry Lawler is still just as good. But that being said, greatest commentator of all time, in my opinion, voice of my childhood, essentially, as much as I watched wrestling as a child. Just everything that he was, every time I was watching wrestling, his voice would be on seemingly. And I'm going to feel bad when he retires, and I'm going to feel bad when he's gone. But, he doesn't have it. But, if he still wants to do it, just let him. Even if he's not good anymore, just let him, put him around other people.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of sounds sad, but I think to some degree this is all he has left. So, just let him do his thing and, put people around him that can kind of, guide him if you need to.
Oh yeah, and I'm not saying take him off television. He shouldn't be doing this. I'm hoping in a couple of weeks he gets his bearings back. He does what he needs to do, and he might just do that. But I'm just saying he's definitely near the end of his career as an announcer, and I think we all need to just fucking deal with that.
The second part of what I was going to say is before he retires, before you get rid of him for good, I need at least one show. It doesn't have to be a big show. In fact, I hope it's not a big show. Just put him out there at one of the spot shows that they do. I need, as part of their talent exchange, I need one show where Jim Ross calls Stardom. And I don't tell him who anyone is. Don't explain any of the angles. Just put him out there confused and angry about everything that's going on and just mispronouncing every one of their names.
Oh.
And it would be one of the greatest, most entertaining moments of my life. It's going to, it might humiliate him a little bit, but it'll be funny.
Oh, that would be fun, especially not telling him anything.
I'm absolutely furious about everything that he sees.
He would start fucking throwing shit around. That man would not be a happy camper. I don't blame him. I wouldn't be either.
SBC says, what about Sockhead, Excalibur? Shivani is a parrot.
I like Shivani.
Shivani's fine. I've definitely come along with your way of thinking that Excalibur is not good at commentary, though. I mean, he's good at like being able to multitask. Like he can talk about the match and sell the match, and like talk about all the fucking shit that's gonna be on the next episode of like Collision or Dynamite or whatever the like promote the pay-per-view.
Okay.
But actually explaining what's going on in the angles, not so good.
Let me clarify. I've never said he's not good. I've really just basically said I can't take the fucking guy seriously in a mask. I've never said he's not good. He's okay. He's not great. But I just have a hard time taking a guy in a mask seriously, even though we don't see him very much and it's just commentary. But when I hear his voice, I envision a douchebag in a mask. I'm sorry, an adult douchebag in a mask trying to tell me something. And I'm like, I can't take you seriously with that mask on. You fuck.
Do you think that's why Jim Ross hates him too? He's like, you look fucking ridiculous with that mask on, son. You look like a goddamn idiot. He's got the big ass cowboy hat on while he's berating fucking Excalibur looking like a fool. Ooh, here we go. Second.
Exactly.
Chuno says the best WWF commentator is Art Donovan, and you both know it. I mean, look. Here's the thing. It's like I couldn't tell you a single Jonathan Coachman commentary line. But I could definitely tell you that every so often while watching wrestling, I just think to myself, how much does this guy weigh? Which I don't know why I gave him Art Donovan a southern accent, but him just like repeatedly just asking, how much does this guy weigh? It just, I think like Savage, maybe Savage was there with him? Just like trying to guide him along on commentary. I think it was Vince and Savage, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Probably because we were just talking about Jim Ross. You gave him a little southern thing. No big deal, Smark. No big deal, my man.
He at least tried. Like, Art Donovan had no idea what the fuck was going on, just in general, like in wrestling or just where he was at that moment. But he at least kind of tried. He was like pretending to be excited at the very least. It's like, oh, that's a big guy. How big is that guy? That's a big guy. That's a really big guy.
He tried. Everyone tries.
Straight up, give me fucking Art Donovan asking how much does this guy weigh every 20 seconds over like Mark Madden. Did not like Mark Madden. Did not like JBL on commentary. JBL was the fucking worst in my opinion. Like I like JBL now, just showing up on indie shows and like fucking clotheslining people. That's pretty cool. But
truthfully, I've had DM conversations with Mark Madden before. Not a bad dude.
All right. True says it was Gorilla and Savage. So I was part right. It was Savage.
Gorilla,
I remember it being Savage, but I just sort of guessed it was Vince.
That's all right. That's all right. I thought it was too. But yeah, I've actually had like conversations with Mark Madden. He's a good dude. I've given him a few. I've given him some software to use a couple of times that I use. So he's a good dude. I gave him one, and then another time he said, "Look, I know you gave me the one, so you have one for this," and I'm like, "Yeah, I do." So not a bad guy. He's been nice to me. Maybe because I was giving him actual tips and stuff, but it was weird to me that a guy like that was asking a little dude with a shitty podcast like me for tips, but he did.
I was just thinking that the reason I didn't really care for him that much was that he was a part of both wrestling and football, and he was like kind of abrasive in both. And I was just thinking about it that like here's something that I don't think said. Mark Madden was his generation's Pat McAfee, and that shit just dawned on me, and I was not prepared for it. Where he's just sort of loud and annoying in both football and wrestling, but he made a career for himself in both football and wrestling.
That's a good point. That's a damn good point.
See,
that's actually a great comparison.
I hadn't thought about it. For I just dawned on me. I was like, holy shit! Fucking he's
Like the more I'm thinking about it, that was a really good. That's a really good comparison right there.
SBC says a JBL in 2006, 2007 was funny, burying coal and weird people, boogeyman, retail, MPV. I mean, I'm trying to see some good in him, but just like the fucking, to me, just it was just the same shit. It became funny after a while, but it was just like the same shit over and over again. It's like, Moggle, we fought on Friday nights, Moggle, Fandangos, twerking, Moggle, El Torito, Olay, Moggle. I don't know if I lost connection or if you lost connection, but
we kind of both lost connection, but no big deal.
There we go. All right, good.
It's trying to reconnect. I don't know who it is. If it's me or you, I don't know. It says we're still trying to reconnect, but it could be me. I've had shitty internet because it's been raining out here today.
Yeah, I think it's.
But yeah, I don't know. What else we got, Smark? I don't think we have anything else.
Not really. Which I guess works because we're losing connection.
Yeah, we're losing connection. So I guess we can go ahead and get on out of here. I'm not even 100% sure this is all right. It obviously is working.
A bull is twerking, Michael.
Yeah, we're obviously still live, so that's a good thing. Even though it says I don't know if yours says we're reconnecting, but mine does.
God only knows. No, I don't think it does. No, I think we're good.
All right, maybe mine got stuck because I kind of got out of there, but I don't know, man. I've really got nothing else, but I appreciate everyone listening tonight. I appreciate everyone that was down with this little Hollywood Hangout change that we're making. I really appreciate that. Hope everybody can join us next week. We're gonna be again over on a Hollywood Hangout podcast on the YouTube. Once again, I'll just kind of run this down there on the bottom. There we go. There's a link right there. I've had a QR code up most of the night. I'll go ahead and put that back up one more time. So go ahead and do that. We'll be over there next week. But yeah, I really appreciate everybody who's kind of been with us on this little wrestling journey. I know it's been a few different shows, but I think it's time. And I'm Smark. I definitely want to thank you. I'm glad you're staying with me, man, because like I said, I'm glad I get to talk to you at least once a week. So I don't know, maybe if we're just concentrating on the one show, maybe we can get a couple more in. Maybe we can do actors one night. We'll talk as we go through this, but I definitely want to start concentrating on the one show. So there you go. Same time next week. I'm planning on doing everything same night, same time, just a different YouTube channel. So 9:30 p.m. Eastern time on right here on Hollywood Hangout on youtube.com/Hollywood Hangout podcast.
I believe you said we're doing Woodstock 99 next Thursday.
Yeah. Let's just kick this off of what we've been talking about. Let's just kick this off with Woodstock 99 next week. There's a movie about it. What was the name of that?
There are
movie?
multiple, and I've seen all of them. There's one on Netflix about Woodstock '99. There's
that's the one.
There's like an HBO series on it. I've seen all of them. I will probably watch all of them again in preparation. It's a weird thing to be like a fucking aficionado or history buff on specifically, but I've consumed pretty much every Woodstock '99 related piece of media there is.
SBC, no, I'm not shutting down this channel. This there's a possibility this show could come back if wrestling makes a big turn, and but for right now, I just want to concentrate on movies. And I mean, everyone's, like I said, y'all seem to be down with it. Everyone I ran it past, I'll be honest, I ran it past Dirk, and he was like, "This seems like a natural thing. I think y'all should do it." So that's what's going to happen. But No, this channel isn't shutting down. I'm going to leave this where it is. I'm going to let it stay there. You guys definitely have access to all the archives to this wrestling outlet show here. But this is going to work. This is going to be good. So I'm definitely excited about next week. And the good thing is wrestling comes on one night a week. We don't have a lot of time to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
But if we do a movie, we got a whole fucking week right now to fucking prepare for it. I can watch it whenever I want, whenever I find time. So I think it's going to be a very good switch, and I want to thank you guys again. So we'll get that done. Smark.
Yes.
I know Tits is doing a little Super Bowl thing. Why don't you just let them know about that before we get out of here?
Yeah, which is only a couple weeks away at this point. We're going to be having the NFL playoffs start this Saturday. Bears are playing the Packers. Please, dear God, Ben Johnson, do your thing, Caleb. We believe in you. We love you. Good, better, best, all that shit. Tits, totally inappropriate team sports. That is, of course, myself, Ruth, Birch, Cheese, and Matt. We're going to be doing a Super Bowl watch along. Just come hang out with us. We're going to be live streaming. We do it from the beginning to the end. If the Bears are there, I don't know how coherent I will be, but it probably won't happen, so don't worry about it. But anyways, come join us. Super Bowl Sunday.
There you go, folks. There you go. And once again, folks, just thanks for going through us, through THT, through fucking Dirt Sheet Dudes, through this show, through everything. Much appreciated. But fuck, time for us to grow up and get out of wrestling. And again, it's not like most of the wrestlers aren't in fucking Hollywood anyway, so we can still do wrestling talk when needed. And there you go. But once again, folks, next week we will be on youtube.com/Hollywood Hangout Podcast. That's it. So there you go, folks. We will see you next week. Much appreciated. Woodstock 99. We're going to talk about all the fucking chaos. That's going to be awesome to do. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. And that's it. There you go, folks. The end of the wrestling era has come. All right. Anything else, Mark? Anything? Any last words for the wrestling outlet?
She was a stunt granny.
Perfect. Let's just leave it there. All right, folks. One last time. See ya!